Did you notice my, what some people call, slick back hair? Or did you notice my cranky head? Or maybe you said, what's a cranky head like that trying to look cool for? I'm not trying to look cool. I have very fine hair. I used to have it parted at the side, but the slightest breeze would blow it into a mess. And I'd spend most of my time fixing my hair. It was a nightmare. In the 1980s, gel came on the scene. It was brilliant. Slap it on in the morning, brush it back. I wouldn't have to think about it for the whole day. Even in a force 10 gale, it wouldn't budge. It was just so practical, not cool, practical. As for my cranky head, there are several reasons for this. I work out a lot, a few hours most days. You can probably tell from my physique. I'm a stonemason. And once we start a job, we have to finish it. So regardless of what the weather is like, if it's sunny, rain, hail, snow, anything, it has to be done. And that takes an effect on my complexion. I also have a habit of frowning when I concentrate. A lot of my work involves letter cutting. So I'm this close to a piece of stone with a hammer and chisel, chipping away, frowning. Do that for, I'm in the business 37 years, and it does have an effect. And believe it or not, I smile a lot. I try. Smiling has an effect on your complexion, as most of the ladies would know, especially men don't tend to worry about that sort of thing. So, all of these combined have created this masterpiece. I'm not a cranky person. Inside, I'm probably one of the happiest, most contented people you'll ever meet. So your first impression of me was probably wrong. I'm not assuming, but I came across an article recently in a paper. A 60-year-old woman, when she was probably in her teens, decided that smiling was going to create so many lines on her face. She wasn't going to have this. She wanted to look young for as long as possible. So she never smiled. Ever. 60 years of age. I saw a photograph of her. She looks about 35. Can you imagine your first impression of her? What do you do when you go to meet somebody? You walk up, shake hands, and you smile. You go up and introduce yourself to her. Hello, my name is Colm, how do you do? And she's shaking your hand. And you're talking and you're smiling and she's... It wouldn't be a very good first impression. And the problem is she can't really explain that to you. If you don't know her history, she can't say, hello, I'm Colm, who are you? Hello, I'm Mary. I'm 60 years of age, I look 35, I've never smiled in my life, and I never intend to smile. What would you think? First impressions. We love to people watch. I love to people watch, on holidays, especially around a swimming pool. Myself, my wife, and kids are on one side, we're looking at the people on the other side. And it's a great leveler because everybody's half naked. You don't know who they are, what they have. You've no idea. We saw this middle-aged couple, they were about 55. They were very attentive, very caring, very romantic. We assumed that they had been recently separated, divorced from the partners, and they had started. This was a new relationship. They were in their first flush of love. After dinner one evening, we were sitting beside them at the bar, and we had a conversation with them. It turns out that they had been married for 30 years. They were just one of these couples that just were in love. However, the watchers had been watched, and they'd been looking at us. I was a doctor. Now, good start. I obviously look intelligent, educated, well off. However, they went on. My wife, who's 6 years younger than me, she actually looks about 15, at least 15 years younger, was my new girlfriend. That's not too bad. Sometimes she's my daughter. So she's my new girlfriend. My teenage children are too old for her to be a mother. And they reckon that being a doctor, I had poisoned my old wife. And I'm going on holidays with my new girlfriend. First impressions. Never trust your first impression. It is never, ever accurate. This is a stage speech, and I'm obliged to tell a joke at the end of it. And my favourite joke happens to tie in really well with this. A woman and her baby get on a bus. The bus driver says, "That's the ugliest looking baby I've ever seen in my life." The woman walks down to the end of the bus, absolutely horrified, upset. She sits beside a man, and the man says, or she says to the man, "That bus driver just insulted me." The man said, "You go down there and give him a piece of your mind. I'll hold your monkey for you." First impressions. If that had been real, that baby might have grown up to be a really beautiful person. Might have been a fabulous actress, singer, might have found a cure for cancer. First impressions are just not reliable. Don't trust them. And the next time you see a 50-odd-year-old man with a cranky head, think again. He might not be so cranky.